Guys, I've been to multiple fitness competitions. This one's new and it's getting a little wild. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview. I'm going to tell you where it all went wrong, a breakdown of each individual event, and tell you why this probably should be on your calendar next year. We ran out hot with a downhill 5k trail run to start. It was a team event and we had to get a weighted vest between the team over the line at the end. It was a loop course, so it went down fast, but it had to come back up at the end, so a nice little hill to finish off. People went out quite fast down this hill. I settled into my pace and managed to get to the front around the K mark and carried on leading from there. However, I did make a mistake around the 3k point. This wasn't the main error of the day, this wasn't where it all went wrong, but I did lead people off course. It wasn't marshalled at that point. There wasn't a great signpost. So, sorry lads, a few people follow me, we went wrong. We did catch up after around just less than a K. Spotted people in the distance, caught them back up. Knew every place counted, it was a team event, so really put my foot down and closed the gap on a few people. But the marshals were great afterwards, they organised it really well and they came back and they rectified this. They reassigned positions accordingly and they took that first place. So it was a great event, really great start to the day and a tough one.
Booking him in this week for some online one-to-ones, mate.
It's kind of like that.
Everyone in training.
Get your running going.
Yeah, mate.
Jay, just look, epic for you there.
Oh, look at that. How did you get on?
Fourth.
Fourth?
Yes.
Oh, team Myzone.
Doing it for the team.
Absolutely smashing it. How did it go? Hold on.
Yeah, it's good.
Did you carry the weighted vest?
I carried the weighted vest for the whole time. Yeah, the hills were really nasty.
Yeah. 5k.
5k, and if you want to look at my Myzone, red the whole time.
Oh yes.
That's a shift.
Sure it is. He's put a shift in.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Where did you come to them?
78.
78.
78 with the vest on. So.
Okay, fair play. Jesse, so what happened to you lads? Where did you go?
I was following this Scouse bloke at the front, and
oh no.
Yeah,
never follow them.
Before we knew it, we were like 300th place as we come out of the field.
Something go wrong?
Yeah, something went wrong. We did an extra half a mile or so, but yeah, apart from that, it was a nice run.
Oh no.
Is that why they were slower?
Yeah.
Everyone at the front, basically, like Harry, Reed.
And I still won.
I'm not there.
Is that why Jake came 12th, yeah?
I don't know, but they're crap. You are rapping, what are you doing? Tell us you were trying, did you get fit?
Well, I booked them in for some running sessions next week. The lads
I saw you putting stuff in their trainers.
they need to slow down to speed up. They're doing it all wrong.
Including the direction.
When I come in, I was expecting about 20th and you give me 5th, I was like...
Something's not right.
Any sign of Jim and
I
Claire?
were at the front, but they fucked up, went the wrong way.
Yeah. Let's go.
Event 2, we see the introduction of the worm and the sandbags. Course 6 loves its worms, loves its sandbags. This got spicy. We all thought it was going to be really hard because it's 20 reps of each sandbag. And each sandbag is 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 and 70 kilograms. So we thought that's going to be the hard part. Actually, the hard part is the whole time you couldn't pick those sandbags up unless the team was holding the worm, and you had to hold it in like a Z chair squat position, so holding it out in front. You could scale it, there was options to scale so you could throw it on your shoulder, but this was brutal. It really taxed the arms.
So you might know the answer to this. So we beat Jay's team, but people are saying even if you beat them, Jay still comes first. Is that the rules?
It's always happens.
Is that what happens?
Something to do with like
that's the rules of the contest.
JD paid a little bit of money to get always first. That's what it is.
So Jay still wins.
Yeah.
I feel like Mike Jordan, give me the rock and I'm scoring. Hey, came from the bottom, that's foreign. I swear that I'm up for the sun in the morning. Oof, hey, I got a flex.
The truck pull. Wow, first couple of seconds of this event really had me thinking, wow, we're not going to move this. It was so tough. Used every muscle in the body. You could feel your core, your legs, your forearms. It was all screaming at you. It was so short and sweet. You needed to get that momentum. It was a real burner. Took everything out of us. Loved it. Great shout out to Core 6 on this one. This was completely different, taking people out of their comfort zones. It was achievable, but it was brutal. So it was a great event, something different, mixing it up. Event 4, this is where it all went wrong for me. I turned up with a small niggle, and by the time event 3 was over, my knee had swollen up to a tennis ball, say. It was very uncomfortable, a little bit painful, and unfortunately that was the end of my day. I stuck around, I wanted to support my team, I felt terrible for letting them down. It was the right move. The next event is event 4, and it is full of nasty movements. So to break it down, it's 40 shoulders overhead, 30 thrusters, 20 floor to overhead, and then 10 synchro web burpees. Then you've got to go back and do it all again the other way. This was a brutal event. It was fantastic to watch and support the team, take some photos, take some footage, but for me, I couldn't take part. It wasn't the right move to be able to carry on and push through it. I have other events coming up, and I couldn't justify making it any worse. It was a real shame. I really do look forward to getting back involved in this. It was a great event, and the rest of it, I stood on the sidelines and cheered my heart out.
I am the one that they paid us. Got something to say to me, say, you know I've been waiting so patiently. This is my legacy, y'all don't believe me, it waits. Basically, I have been running things, you could just go on and take a seat. Love when they hated me, put that on everything, not on my level, you could be the enemy. This is the plan that we showing them anyway. Hit up the lawyers and give them the NDA. Woo, this is the brand new, this is the brand new. Nothing you can do, nothing you can do, and there ain't no thing that you'll be taking from me, never. And there will be no surrender.
Event 5 gets a little bit complicated to explain. It's 3 working sets, each set is 90 seconds long, and then you get a minute recovery. Your team starts with 5 synchro burpees, and one of the athletes gets over the beam and does squats. Your points are the squats. So in that time, then the synchro burpees decrease, and another member goes over the beam and joins their other team member and does squats with the sandbag. In this point, once you get to only 2 members down the other side, so you've got 4 members on with the sandbags, you're then doing sandbag to shoulder, while your other members are doing the 2 members are doing the synchro burpees. It's a little bit complicated. It wasn't the easiest to understand on the day, but the teams nailed it. It was short, it was fast, it was a lot of fun. It was just explosive. You've got to move, you've got to be able to get over that beam. And you've just got to do a lot of squats and a lot of shoulders overhead with those sandbags again.
But like, you've got to try your best, don't you, Jack?
You've always got to put your best foot forward, and you've got to give it a go. If you come, you might not win,
but I fucking have to try as hard as I can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like, even when it's done that run, it was like, oh, you don't worry about it. It's like, you just take it as it comes, and then it's like, just go.
This is actually the only competition I've ever done, apart from Hyrox, and I've done 1 Decker.
Is it, yeah?
Yeah, none of us have done it. We don't do it. I don't know what we do.
Just bring a wealth of experience to the table.
We have our own. We do our own little thing at the gym, don't we?
So what? You get that competitive nature in your gym, so it's always like,
that's what I mean.
It's a vibe
like
to it
that.
always.
Everyone races everything.
Yeah, every session's a work. Every session, every workout is a race. It becomes that, like, that's how you get better.
It's the same at peak as well,
it's
man.
Exact same. Like, I turn up to peak and I get that extra push.
I have every session and everything we do has to be accountable and measurable for a score. That's why it worked out. That one didn't make sense.
Yeah.
So that's basically what I do, is go around looking at, Scriv does all the hard work.
Yeah.
Then I pick the bones out of it and go, fucking hell, Scriv, that's shit. Like, look at
Where's
that
my scoring system?
That shit you done there. Like, it took him 2 hours and I come in and just try and find a hole in it. Like, so that's why when I looked at that, I thought, that makes sense.
Event 6. It was a 15-minute time cap. It was the last event of the day. It was 4 lengths of the shuttle run over the beam, then into a full lap wearing the weighted vests. Then you had to do 4 lengths walking lunges with the worm, back into another full length with the weighted vest on the run, into 4 lengths sandbag carry. It was a brutal way to finish the day. This event was accessible, entertaining, really hard work, but a hell of a lot of fun. It was tough, it was fair, it was well organised. This is definitely an event you're going to want to get to next season. Course 6, it's a yes from me.